Okay, I got Old Spicy on again. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the great difficulty we are having because people have. Let me put it this way, I'm having great difficulty giving people important information that is not in the mainstream media. And why do I think it's more important that I give people this kind of information? Mostly because um, they don't have the information. And pretty much people are, mm, they're ear tired of hearing information about the big elephant in the room, that is COVID 19, because they're inundated with the information. And I understand because I don't want to listen to mainstream news talk about COVID 19 either. And yet there's information that has to get out to people that is about what the hell is going on. Many people are, well, just going to hunker down, get cabin fever, and sooner or later this is going to blow away. And then everything will be back to normal. But it's never going to get back to normal because we never had normal. What we have had is an ongoing criminal activity by the usual suspects. The usual suspects. Profiteers. And when you start looking very deeply at how deep it goes, you want to close your eyes wide shut. Because usually what happens is you get into it's too much information for me to take in. I'm not smart enough. So this is my chore, is to wonder how on earth we're ever going to get this information into the eyes and ears of the people. I guess it's just not my job. What I want to illustrate to people are a number of items, and they're not all the same basket. Part of the problem that I've got is humans in general are so deeply caught in their current beliefs that, on one hand, I want to let them know that a lot of the beliefs they have are erroneous. These basically are beliefs about what it is to be a human being. Most people say, well, I'm a biological unit, and, I eat and I pee and I poop and I sleep, and once in a while I go out for a dance. And then when the dance is over, when I'm 85, I drop dead, and that's the end of the story. That's one of the things that I want to educate people on. And it's very difficult because pretty much people have totally accepted that as truth. And they don't want to hear about anything, because it's going to sound religious or something. and people don't want religion. The second thing I want to tell people about is very evil, nefarious doings by humans, the humans who have great, vast amounts of money and power, the psychopaths. And I want to be able to reframe these two items together so I don't create more fear or apathy. It seems like an impossible task. What I keep wanting to happen for the humans is their inner spirit to push through all of the things that are stopping them from having open ears. I want their inner spirit to come and push their egos out of the way. How do I get people's inner spirit to come through when it's been suppressed since they were about 6 years old? I mean, maybe what they all need is you keep waiting for me to tell you. Well, I'm trying to figure out what's supposed to happen that doesn't sound totally outrageous. I keep waiting for words to come and they're not coming. I've got a few little tickler files, ticklers. There's like little reminders of things that are so off the wall that, you're really not going to buy into anything I'm going to tell you. All right, let's go with them. Okay, the first tickler is a very strange article the metaphysical writer Stuart Wilde said. Mr. Wilde, well, he was way ahead of all the rest of us when it came to most things. That's why he was a metaphysical teacher. But at one time or another, he was talking to the spirit world, and they said one of the options that we have is to, by remote control, release dimethyltryptamine from everyone's pineal gland where it's manufactured. Dimethyltryptophan, DMT, is very close chemically related to melatonin and serotonin, which are commonly known hormones in the body. But dimethyltryptamine, it takes on a whole different character. I'm wearing this tie-dye, and back in the old hippie generation of, the Summer of Love, 1968, hippies were experimenting with a lot of psychedelic drugs. And this is very strange because dimethyltryptamine, as I said, is actually made in your third eye, also known as your pineal gland. If you take it from plant material, it'll give you a really strong psychedelic trip. But as humans, the dimethyltryptamine that's produced in your pineal gland doesn't seem to ever get released. But if your spirit and everyone else's spirit decided enough was enough, and they came through and triggered a release of dimethyltryptamine that you produced yourself in your own body, well, everyone would have an incredible psychedelic trip. And Mr. Wilde said that was one of the options on the table. It's just that I don't expect a lot of people to go searching for plant-based dimethyltryptamine to go and do it on their own. They're not going to. Even in countries where cannabis has been made legal, there's plenty of people that say, no, thank you. They don't want even, to try a joint after so long being illegal. They don't want to try it. So these people are definitely not going to go for something stronger. But it's made by your pineal gland, every human on the planet. Okay, the next really far out thing is this crazy story. It's so crazy. It's like it's bananas. But I'm giving you bananas today. And this is the solar flash. This idea is propagated by certain light workers, we'll call them, including the author David Wilcock. And the idea is that the sun gives off an incredible burst of light and some other kind of energy that when it hits you as a human, it might cause you to burst with glee. Incredible feeling of joy triggered by the sun flash. This is not a supernova where the sun explodes and takes out all the planets. It's a different kind of thing. Is it true? Well, it's just the information. The only other odd thing to perhaps make you go and listen and go, is in Western countries, what's known as the Schumann resonance is not available to us. No scientific lab in Western countries is allowed to tell you what's going on with the Schumann resonance. What is that? That is the natural frequency of planet Earth. And the information, as best as we can put it together, is it used to be about 7.8 hertz, 7.8 cycles a second. And the people, the light workers that are waiting for the solar flash, can't get any Western university or anybody to graph it and release the information. It's being suppressed. But somewhere in Russia, there is a place where they can get the Schumann frequency. And it is way, way, way higher than the old 7.8. What does it mean? Well, it means big changes are in the works. And if it's all, if you have a DMT trip, it would change your view on what it means to be human. Especially if it was produced by your own body. A lot of people are going to be wondering, who slipped something into my drink? And apparently the solar flash is another one of these things. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share.